Hello, One Piece fans. It's the Dawn of the Dawn. I'm Sammy, the Wildcard Warlord.
And I'm Ethan, the Budget Broker. And on today's episode, for the first time ever, we have our very first guest star. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Brindley, the Dawn Diva, and I'm excited to be here.
Welcome.
Yeah, you guys could, say whatever you want, and I'll just tag along. I'll be here, talking and listening. Go ahead.
Sounds good. Well, let's give the audience a bit of a background on you, your TCG story, just like last time.
Okay. Well, I am still a beginner. I started probably like a few months ago. I got an Uta starter deck, similar to yours, and
we got different ones because mine was started at 16. Yours was whatever the first one was.
Yeah, I'm still new to this, so I'm getting to know the cards. I'm getting to know the game. I was first introduced to the show. And then afterwards, I was introduced to the card game. This is the first card game I've ever played. I haven't played any others. I've heard a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh! From these two, but I have never played it, but should get into it. But
save yourself, don't do it.
Save your money.
Would not recommend. It's a terrible road to go down, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah, One Piece is my first card game, but I love it so far, and I think it's really fun.
Well,
and I want to get more decks.
That's great. Great to have you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, you said you played Uta. Do you have any other decks that you particularly like, or
Yes.
specific cards in the decks that you like to talk?
Well, Uta is the deck I play the most, that I'm the most used to and comfortable with. I also just got a Chopper deck, and that one is really, really fun and cool too. Has a lot of cool abilities. I'm still not quite used to the deck yet, but once I am, it will get really good. And I am currently in the process of building my own Perona deck, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, I think I got almost half the deck. The rest is coming soon. Really excited for that, but overall, the deck I'm most used to right now is my Uta deck. Has a lot of cool cards. My favorite card probably having to be my counter card. Gives your leader plus 6,000 points, which could come very useful in a lot of cases. And I have a lot of those counter cards, but those would be my favorite. But I love my deck overall. I think it's great.
Nice. Do you have any cards you particularly dislike? Maybe ones that's sitting on the desk right now?
Well, cards that I don't really like as much would have to be the Blackbeard deck. It is really cool. I like its art style. I like what it does. I like the deck in general, but I don't like playing against it. Because it is very, very powerful, and I have played against it many times and have failed miserably many times.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah.
Yep.
I can relate.
Yep.
Okay. So what is your favorite part of the game? Not like specific cards or the Uta deck itself, but like...
There's a lot to like about the game. Like, let's see. I like how every deck comes with different things. Like, my deck has a lot of, like, countering and, a lot of on-play effects and cool things like that. I really like how you could add and take away cards from your deck, so you're not stuck to one deck. You could always switch it up and have fun with it and change it up. But having to do with the game in general while playing, my favorite part would probably have to be, I would say, the event cards, probably because they kind of bring more of a pizzazz to the game. They always switch things up. Sometimes giving you a good chance of winning and things like that. Event cards always come in handy, and I really like those.
So you'd say your favorite deck aspect is probably just like the customization? Or
yeah.
how each game feels different? Or...
Each game and each leader starter deck feels different in every way, and I like how you could play around with them and get the characters you like. Like, my favorite character in One Piece is Chopper, so I have a Chopper deck. You could like choose through any of them, and it's very open, and I love it. Mm-hmm. You could be very creative with the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, going off that point, we both play Uta decks, and our decks play very differently.
Yeah.
We played a match, and it was...
We did.
Like, I saw a couple cards, but most of them were completely unique and different.
Yeah.
Amongst the two.
That was fun because I didn't know because I assumed that our decks were just about the same because they're both Uta leaders, but just saying like how you could be creative and make your own deck, like both of our decks were completely different. Some having the same cards. I had a few of the same cards as you did, but majority I didn't. I thought that was really cool. It's really fun to battle against the same character, especially because your strength level is about the same, and like compared to me playing my Chopper deck against the Blackbeard deck doesn't really do much.
Oh yeah. I mean, anything against the Blackbeard deck.
Yeah,
Blackbeard's second. It's up there, at least in the top 5, I think.
It's very, very powerful.
Because I know in the Mexico regionals, the finals was Blackbeard versus Shanks.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And Shanks took it, but the Blackbeard did get a win off.
Yeah.
So it is up there.
Dang.
So playing
for sure.
Playing an off meta deck against it is probably
I learned that the hard way.
As you can tell, there's a lot of haters on the podcast right now. They don't believe in me, but I know all of you in the comments will. Blackbeard rules, of course.
Oh, yes. I'm not saying he's a bad deck. I think he's great.
It's just not fun to play
against. It's not good. But if it is, like...
Well, that is coming from 2 green players, so...
Yeah.
What can you say?
Sure. Yep.
Ethan, do you have any questions?
No, Brinley, I have an understanding that you have a certain addiction. Would you like to share it with the viewers of the podcast? Would you like to share your...
Okay, well, it is not an addiction.
It is.
May I say that? I really enjoy watching booster box openings and booster pack openings, and I am really intrigued by people finding really cool cards, such as the manga cards. But I would not say it's an addiction because I have not spent all my money on booster packs as some of us have.
As a budget player, that is good to hear. But speaking of opening booster boxes, I think the people at home would like to know some upcoming project of ours.
I mean, we've got something in the works right now. It is, related to what we're talking about. It's a big project that we just did, underway. Even though
very cool.
They're trying to keep me silent, even though the point of this episode is talking about it.
We want it to be a surprise, though. It's gonna be awesome.
But you will see like our live reactions to opening the box.
Oh yes.
Which we recently concluded. So let's move on to that point. Yeah, Ethan, we opened a box recently. How did that go for you?
It was very fun. It was my first One Piece box opening.
I wish I could have been there. My addiction.
The addiction is real, folks. And
it's just been confirmed.
No, okay, it was great. Continue. Well, no, it was really awesome, Sammy. It was my first One Piece box opening. It was OP10, and it was really awesome. We hit a lot of really cool cards. Nothing too crazy or insane. I think the highest rarity card we pulled is the Alt Art Usopp Leader, which I believe is going a little over $35.
$36.09. I checked this morning.
Wow. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like for future boxes, we should probably look up what we could get so we can give good reactions to them.
What's this card?
I think our biggest reaction was the last card, the Luffy, that was like $7.
It was worth a lot in our hearts.
Was it shiny?
In our hearts. It looked very cool, I will say. It
that's
looked
usually
like it
how
was
I
worth
react.
a lot more.
If I see a card that has shimmer to it, then I get excited because I'm like, this must be expensive. I look it up and it's like 99 cents.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest disparity between
No, for sure.
Yu-Gi-Oh! And One Piece openings that I've done, because I did open one box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and half the cards, but like you get secret rares that look like they're so much grander than they actually are, when in reality they're pretty common, and most of the secret rares are like 50 cents.
Yeah.
But then in One Piece, like, you'll see a full art that's really shiny, and it goes for like, I think we got a full art parallel Frankie, right? The blocker that dies gets you something back. That one was like $7. I sold it for like $7 yesterday.
Speaking on, I was looking through my trading binder the other day and trying to figure out like what my most like valuable card was, and thinking it would be like some of my like most like shiny cards, like for example, like I have a Charlotte Pudding card that I thought would be expensive but turned out to be like not $5, less than $5. I did end up getting a card I forgot. I actually added it to my Perona deck, which is nice. It was let's see. It was my, and help me if I pronounce this wrong, Kazuki
Kozuki Momonosuke.
Yes, he came down, when I first looked, $13. And then when I last looked, like down to $10. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I would say that's my most like valuable card.
Yeah, I think that it's interesting that the value comes from things that you least expect from here.
Yeah.
I did not expect the Frankie that I pulled. I think you pulled it. The Frankie that we pulled to be $7
Yeah.
or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Because we pulled lots of Usopp.
Well, you guys actually pulled a few like decks from this.
Yeah.
That's right.
We did a pack battle at the end of it, just using mostly cards. Majority from what we pulled. It was Yellow Kid versus Blue Black Usopp, right?
That's right.
I will say I had literally no idea what I was doing.
Don't we all? Sammy?
Yeah, I mean, because I know that Usopp kind of needs the stage that gives all of their characters effectively rush, but that's not in OP10.
Yeah.
And lots of cards, you have to rest either the leader or the stage to get their effects. And if you don't have the stage, then you can only do one of them a turn instead of doing two or maybe sometimes three. I'm not sure exactly how the deck plays. But I did face off against an Usopp yesterday at Locals. I got destroyed. Well, I wouldn't say destroyed. I got him down to 0 life. But afterwards, I just lost.
Yeah.
Usopp's really controlling.
That's usually when it
sad.
happens. I'll get like excited when I get like my opponent down to pretty low, and then they'll hit me with a ton of attacks and kill me instantly.
But it was cool because the round in round 3 I won against Bello Betty pretty quickly, and so I was just watching. It was Usopp versus Blackbeard to my right.
Ooh.
And it was pretty late game, and the one turn that Blackbeard didn't stop on plays, they played. It was called a card called Stussy, which KOs an enemy character on play.
Dang.
And so it was really hype. It was super cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think it's a 9-cost 9K attack. I want to say 9 or 10. It's really strong.
Okay.
Cool.
But it was really fun to witness.
No, yeah, that's right. And because of the packs we got to open, I got to build that kid deck I was excited for.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that we talked about in the first episode.
That's right.
I would like for you to answer some questions, Mr. Budget Broker. What card did you buy most recently?
So for those at home who aren't sure what's going on right now, I have committed a grievous sin. I have sinned against One Piece and budgeting as a whole.
Oh, great.
You see, so in the Useless Kid deck, it's really powerful and cheap, especially after the box opening when I got to pull most of just the staple cards that were run. It helps with when you go to purchase the other cards, you know. But there was a card that we unfortunately didn't pull that I was hoping for, which is the 7-cost Trafalgar Law character, who is really, really strong for the deck. I was very disappointed. And after we pulled the cards, I decided, you know what, it's really powerful, and I went home and I ordered 2 copies. The card is $15 currently. It was a mistake to some, but not to me, because it's a cool card.
You spent $30
on 2
on
cards.
2 cards? Wow.
So, if so, you didn't get the finger pistols you had mentioned. You didn't keep budget. You didn't get the finger pistols you talked about last time. You got 7-cost Trafalgar Law. I'm waiting for your formal apology.
That is correct. This goes out to all of the budget players out there. I apologize. If you were to send me an email, if you guys have any law cards at home that you want to send in the mail, I would gladly take them.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's
Didn't think this would turn
crazy.
into conning our viewers out of their $15 Trafalgar Law.
It's still budget if I don't spend any money. So if anyone wants to send a kind donation, just hit the link below.
Stop. Stop.
I will editor drop the Venmo.
Don't listen to him.
I would never go as far as to bending viewers for their precious hard-earned money that could in fact go to better things, such as buying One Piece cards. But yeah, I did go over my budget stipulations, and I'm sorry.
That's
but
crazy.
it is worth it. I would say it is worth it for the kid deck. I'm really excited to play it once all the cards get here.
When your kid deck comes, the rest of it will probably be around the time the rest of my Piranha deck comes. And so we'll have to film playing those together. That would be fun.
Yeah, so we're going to try... I am personally wanting to upload more gameplay videos of us playing, because I have a full setup now.
That's right.
Just expect some extra gameplay videos in addition to the podcast. They're not going to interrupt the podcast schedule.
That'll be so fun.
Okay, so let's loop back around to our guests. They are here for a reason. What decks have you played at locals that you can remember that were particularly strong?
A few of the decks I've played against, some of my favorites, I would say, would be the first deck I ever played against at locals. The first event I was ever taken to would be a Kaido deck, which was really cool. I, of course, lost because I was new to the whole thing, but I learned a lot of things from that deck, and I thought it was really, really cool. The man I was playing against was really nice and taught me a bunch of tips and tricks. I learned a lot from that card game. One of my other favorites was from the most recent local I went to about a week ago. I played against a Buggy deck, which is a deck that I would probably want to get in the future. I think it's really cool. Buggy's my favorite character in the One Piece. And I thought it was a really fun deck to play against. It had a lot of cool factors about it. It was very powerful. While I was playing it, the guy I was playing against pulled a trick on me. I got his life down to 0, and then he whipped out all of his most powerful cards and completely, destroyed me.
That's how it normally goes.
Yeah, it was really cool, and I love just the designs of the cards and of the character and all of its cool effects. Yeah, those are my favorite.
I gotcha.
Kaido and Buggy.
Alrighty, Ethan, what have you faced off many meta? I know you play because you play Blackbeard, which itself is meta. But have you fought against Shanks or Ploofy or anything?
I have not. I haven't seen many Shanks players.
Shanks would be a cool one to fight against, especially with your Blackbeard deck.
I would say yes. I would like to see the matchup. I would like to play in the matchup, but I just haven't seen a lot of Shanks players, at least around where we're at. And I have seen. I know there was the Buggy player. I know there was some people on the blue black Usopp that I'm interested in seeing. It's pretty interesting. It's got a cool gimmick. But yeah, I'd like to face up against Shanks. He's got really interesting thing, and I would love so much to drop my big beefy 10 cost Blackbeards that says no, you can't use your effects this turn. They're banned. You can't use them.
That would be amazing.
There was a Blackbeard player yesterday. Or Blackbeard. There was a Blackbeard player. There was also a Shanks player.
Oh wow.
Shanks player. He was a really funny guy, I will say. But I mean, I know Shanks because you really need the 8 cost whatever his face is. Mm-hmm. The card that's really expensive that I've seen a lot of people talk about
in the Shanks deck.
In the Shanks deck,
Are you talking about the Silver's Rayleigh?
Yes, Rayleigh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I played against Usopp. The guy had a very thick British accent. It was really funny.
That's so funny.
Not funny, but it was fun.
Yeah, fun is what I mean. Yeah.
But yeah, so we haven't experienced the full force of the meta. Although Blackbeard, we've fought several times.
Yeah.
Ethan, not so much. Who would have guessed?
No, I really haven't played against Blackbeard much for some reason. I'm not sure where you guys keep bumping into them. I guess it's a whole thing.
They're everywhere. They prowl.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I mean, the most unusual, because I've only been to the 2 locals so far, last week and yesterday. The most out there deck I've fought was a Yamato deck.
Ooh, that would be a really
green
cool
yellow
deck.
Yamato with double attack. It was bad. I will say. They gave Yamato banish and then just trashed 2 of my cards, and there were 2 really good ones with the double attack. And the power kind of skyrocketed from there. It was hard for me to come back after losing that much.
Been there with Blackbeard before.
Yeah, I mean, if I had preserved more counter, I probably could have survived longer, but I felt like I needed value instead of counter, which was the bad call.
I've done that many times too.
Yeah, just double attack on the leader is hard to deal with.
No, yeah.
It hurt. Bello Betty was also annoying. I did win the matchup, but it was very close.
Yeah.
Because Bello Betty's effect is that she gives 3 characters plus 3,000 power. Mm-hmm. And then and then there's a card that cheats out a guy for free if they have over 7,000 power, which they get immediately from the leader. And they reduce power and they just swing really fast.
That's awesome.
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
I had a bet. It's fun to play.
Not against.
No, just like Blackbeard.
Okay, yeah, just like those ones.
Just like Blackbeard.
I have a question, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Kind of random. What are some decks you guys would be interested in the future to play?
Oh, well, we kind of discussed this last episode.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but because someone didn't watch it. But some decks that we're currently I'm still interested in my Eustace Kid deck. That is one that I have ordered though, so it is on the way. But just looking to the future, I'm interested in right now not so much current leaders, but leaders we'll start seeing at the beginning of June.
Yes.
Once OP11 starts coming out. I think some of those leaders look really cool.
Yeah.
For me personally, I really like the purple Charlotte Katakuri. How about you, Sam?
Like I said, we discussed it a little bit. The red-green smoker, I'm definitely interested. I got those ones on the way. Yeah. I didn't talk about this last time because I didn't know about it, but the green-purple limb deck I've ordered. It was like $12 as long as you don't get the card that's in the structure, the purple card that is played in Ploofy. Mm-hmm. But it was like $12. The limb deck, they all come in rested, and then you get extra Dawn.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I've been enjoying playing it on the simulator. But they are on their way. For OP11, I'm really interested in Kobe, the red-black Kobe because of the sword
Yeah.
attribute, and because they play Smoker. Smoker is my favorite character. It was the first starter deck I got, and
Smoker's really cool.
for some reason I keep saying Shanks when I'm talking about Smoker. Like, I caught it when I was listening. Even in the box opening, I still called him Shanks. It was bad.
So a deck that I would really want would probably be like something a little more powerful. Probably not as powerful as Blackbeard or Yamato and things like that. I really am interested in an ace deck. I feel like that would be really fun. I don't know how powerful it is. I haven't really looked too much into it.
So, Brindley, it sounds like you're not really interested in playing the highest tier decks. Tier 1 you'll see is the most powerful, but they're also the most expensive. So maybe like a tier 2 or tier 3 decks that are still powerful, but not completely unbudget friendly.
Yes.
I would say I have a list of the decks currently doing well in Japan.
Yes.
OP11.
I really like the idea of a Jewelry Bonnie deck. I think that one would be really cool. What do you mean?
Okay.
What do you mean?
You're one of them, I see.
For those who don't know, Jewelry Bonnie is just a Perona. Was on roids, and people hated her. That reminds me, I did actually play against a Jewelry Bonnie deck before. It was a while ago at my very first locals. I was on my very, very budgeted Queen deck that did not perform very well, but it was still fun though.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we play this game to have fun and to enjoy the game, not to win, Ethan.
Except when I do win.
Well, it feels good to win, but that's not why you're like, that's not the express reason you play.
That's the reason why.
That's the reason you budget.
That's the reason why.
Oh, yes.
But I would say currently I am interested in the purple Katakuri. So basically, Katakuri has a on attack effect or on your opponent's attack effect, which I find is interesting. You go Dawn -1, which is very common in the purple color pool. You are able to look at the top card of your opponent's deck. Then your leader gains plus 1,000 power during the battle, which is a pretty simple effect, but it's really, really interesting and cool. We haven't really seen other leaders really fill that niche before, that looking at the top card of your opponent's deck. And then what's also cool is that there are a lot of other synergy cards with it. Most of them consist of the Big Mom Pirates, but
Ooh, that's cool.
a lot of their effects only work if you're able to accurately predict the cost of whatever card is on the top card of your opponent's deck, which is impossible unless you have that future sight you get from Katakuri, and you're able to look at the top card, which then allows you to play all your other cards, which I find is really fun. And it actually it's actually pretty similar to a Yu-Gi-Oh deck that I'm familiar with when I was in my Yu-Gi-Oh days. It's called Spiral, for those not familiar. That basically, they do the same thing. They make you look at the top card of your opponent's deck, have you call it, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm excited to relive 2017.
That's right.
That great time period.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, I mean, going into more specifics about OP11, the Kobe deck, I've just read what he does. Your sword characters can attack characters the turn they are played. I'm not sure if that lets you attack active characters, but I assume it doesn't. And then he also provides protection once per turn when your Navy-type character would die. Which just sounds really fun to resource manage in that way.
Yeah.
Especially being able to take advantage of your opponent's rested characters. I think it'll just be super fun to see what sword-type characters do in general and what they do in the deck. And again, I get to play Smoker in that deck.
Yeah.
So you've been kind of obsessed with pack openings, right? What specifically draws you to them?
Obsessed. I don't know. I guess I just really enjoy like the excitement on like what cards they're gonna get and like what type of cards, what the cards do. I really like seeing people like get to the end of a certain pack and like see like what type of card and what they pulled and things like that. Overall, I just think it's satisfying to watch, and I know it's kind of insane, but I enjoy watching them and when I have spare time, and yeah. If only I had the money to buy a bunch of them.
Oh yeah.
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
Says the guy who spent $30 on 2 cards.
Don't.
It was a good investment.
Hey, at least he didn't spend $30 on one card.
Oh
That is
goodness.
true.
Yeah. I'm not calling anyone out here. No one is being called out right now.
We're all good.
Where's Zoro?
Cool.
That card was
But yeah, I think opening packs for me it's just kind of the anticipation of seeing what you'll get.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the only pack openings I watch are people opening Pokemon packs.
Really? I haven't watched any of those. I'm not really...
Yeah, I mean, I know they were popular a couple of years ago. But,
Yeah, they were.
But, I mean, I've seen a couple of videos recently, and just seeing what they can pull is really fun and interesting.
It is.
Especially if you don't know what I mean, I know for us, recording it is probably really nice to know what cards are, like the chase cards, or...
Yeah.
But not knowing that is really,
really
fun going into it.
Yeah.
It has the opposite effect where... You can look at a $36 Usopp card and go, "Oh, is this deck being played right now?" Instead of giving a good reaction. So,
Yep. Cool.
but yeah.
Lots of fun.
Do you have anything else Ethan, you have anything else you really want to talk about?
I don't think so. I'm excited for the new decks we've got coming up. It sounds like we've got some decks brewing, which I'm really excited for.
Got some cool videos coming up.
That's
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly. I think for our next couple videos, we will be discussing either the decks that we are playing or just giving a further deep dive into some of the decks we've talked about today.
Yes.
Like Shanks or Blackbeard.
Yes.
Yes.
But for now, these first couple episodes have just been for you, the audience, to get to know us.
Get to know
and
what we
guests.
play, what we like. And thanks for having me today.
Of course. Glad to have you on the show.
Yeah. Oh, we might get some extra guests, some that might not know anything about One Piece.
That's right.
But we'll see.
We'll see. For sure. And we're also excited to branch out into new forms of content. Those videos will be coming up. We're keeping them under wraps for now, but I hope everyone is excited to see those, and we're excited to keep posting.
Yeah.
And
So subscribe. Stay tuned with what we post.
like, shares, and subscribes down below. It really helps.
Yeah. We would love
if
to
anyone
share
knows anyone
our content.
For sure. If anyone knows anywhere, if anyone's giving away those yellow
Laws.
just hit me up. And yeah.
Our DMs are open.
Open. As always, your budget is my business.
And Jank is king. Thanks for watching. Until next on.
Okay. Editor! Get on it! Fix it!